Hi everyone. So today we are going to start our next chapter, and the chapter's name is respiratory system. So what is the respiratory systems? Means the way we breathe, the way we just take the energy for the vital activities, and that is called the respiration. So let's see. Respiration is one of the most important cellular process of all living organisms. All living organisms respire in order to obtain energy needed for their various vital activities like growth, movement, reproduction, etc. Okay, so respiration is very important for the energy purpose. Okay, it will give us energy for doing some of the activities as I had already told you. So there, let's see how it works. So in living cells means in the human beings, in the animals, and all the living cells. Okay, they have the oxidative breakdown of organic substance with the release of the energy, and conversion of potential energy into kinetic energy is known as respiration. So due to the oxidation of the oxygen, okay, when we just take in the oxygen, it should be going through some kind of breakdown, and thereafter breaking down it will release some kind of energy, and that energy just change our potential energy into kinetic energy. Means if we are in the rest, we are in the bad mood, we will be in the good. Okay, and we will become active, and all of these happens just because of respiration. Okay, so as you can see, for the respiration we need these organs far below, and these are the organs which help us for the respiration. Okay, so as you can see that there has been so many things, that the sinus area, nose, torsia, throat, epiglottis, voice box, windpipe, RBS, and all of these is a part of a lungs. As you can see that the RBS and means ribs, thereafter the bronchial tube, and thereafter three lobes. Okay, so all of these things are the part of the lungs. Thereafter we will go for the respiratory system. Okay, so the system formed by organ which are concerned for the exchange of gases between the environment and living organism is called respiratory system. The respiratory system consists of nose, nasal cavity, larynx, pharynx, trachea, bronchioles, lungs, alveoli, and diaphragm. Okay, so these are the different things which has been included for the for us to take the breath, and for us for the respiration. Okay, so let's see for the different types of parts and their descriptions. So first of all, nose. Okay, so nose is what? Nose is a part of the face centered above the mouth, below the space between the eyes. Means there is the nose, just space between the eyes and above the mouth. Okay, so what is the function? Its function is to, it will just give the passage for the air to enter via nostrils. Okay, and it is also the entrance of the nasal cavity. Thereafter there has been internal hairs in the nose. And why we have those internal hair? Because it will just filter the incoming air. Means while we will just take the breath, there has been so much dust and so many things which just come around, but those internal hair, it will filter the air, and thereafter we can just take the fresh oxygen. So it also provide the resonating chambers for speech sound also. Means nose is also the reason so that we can just make some different kind of sounds. Thereafter we will go for the nasal cavity. So hollow space behind the nose, it means it will only conduct air into the pharynx, its mucus leaning warms and moisten airs. Means nasal cavity is the place inside the nose, and it is a hollow space. Okay, and it is only used to give a passage for the air into the pharynx. Thereafter we'll go for the pharynx, and it is the chamber behind mouth cavity and between nasal cavity and larynx. So we have the larynx over there, and thereafter just between the mouth and the larynx we have got a passage, and that passage is called pharynx, and it is good for food from mouth cavity to esophagus. Means it is also the passage for the food from mouth cavity to esophagus. Thereafter we'll go for the larynx. Okay, so a large upper end of the trachea composed of muscles and cartilage bound by the elastic tissues, means there has been some enlarged upper end of the trachea. Means the trachea is the place where the lungs will start to take the oxygen. Okay, so it is the upper part of the trachea, and it is also act as a passage for the to the lungs. Okay, and it has some foreign objects also, which is going to used as a foreign object for entering trachea and house vocal cords, and thereafter it will just filter the incoming air by trapping the dust particles. Missed first of all, our nose here had filtered out the dust particles, and thereafter some particles will go away with the air, and when it will just reappear in between the larynx will just clean out those dust and also give us the filtered incoming air, and it will trap all the dust particles although. Then we will go for the trachea. So trachea is nothing but a flexible tube which connect larynx with the bronchial trees. It's about 12.5 centimeters in length and 2.5 centimeters in diameter. Means means what? It is a flexible tube just before the larynx, and it connect the larynx with the bronchial trees. So bronchial is what? Bronchial is the place from where the air will just pass out with a like with a filter or with a semi permeable fluid, which will allow the air to pass through it but block all the dust particles over there. Okay, so we can say that the trachea is also a passageway for air and its mucous lining, which will continue to filter the air and protect against the dust. So means, as we can see, our bodies our body had started so many filters to get the air clean and to reach the oxygen as good as possible. Okay, so thereafter bronchial trees. So bronchial trees is what? Bronchial trees is the branch tube that leads from the trachea to the alveoli. Means branch tube means bronchioles is also a kind of branch tubes. And what do you mean by the branch tubes? The branch tube means if it has one, this one is the is the tube. Okay, and thereafter it has several branches like this, thereafter this. So it have so many several branches, and that's why it is called the branch tube. Okay, and its main thing is to that it conduct the air or just take the air from the trachea and will reach it to the alveoli. Okay, and thereafter alveoli is used to continue to filter the air again and again. Thereafter we'll go for the lungs. And how do we elaborate lungs? So we will say that there has been a soft spongy paired cone shaped organ that occupy large portion of the thoracic cavity. Right lungs is larger and is divided into three lobes. Means we have some kind of soft and spongy things in our organ, and it has a large portion of thoracic cavity, and thoracic cavity is the things through which we have a spongy and soft kind of organs, and it is the thoracic cavity which just take the oxygen into our lungs and use it. Thereafter in our we have the both of side, we have the lungs in the right side also or in the left side also. So in the right lung it is larger and divided into three lobes, but the left lungs is smaller and it is only divided into two lobes. Okay, so then we can see that it contains the air passes alveolar blood vessels connecting tissue, lymphatic vessels and nerve of the lower respiratory tract, helpful in gaseous exchange, gets oxygen to the bloods and take away carbon dioxide through inhalation and exhalation. Okay, so now in this place we are going to say that we will know how the lungs is work and what is the function of the lungs. So let me tell you that it only not only the passage for the air, but it also connected with blood vessels, connective tissue, lymphatic vessels and all the nervous system or the respiratory tract, which will just helpful in the gaseous exchange. Means when we just take in the oxygen, the body organ or the lungs is the only thing which just mix those oxygen into the blood, and thereafter it will just send it to the heart, and then the heart will just pump it out in the whole of the body. Okay, so we can say that it is a very helpful things for us in the gaseous exchange. It just mix the oxygen into the blood, and it also remove the carbon dioxide from the blood while inhalation and exhalation, means the way we just breathe in, thereafter the way we just breathe out. Okay. Thereafter the bronchi. So bronchi is the main passage into the lungs, means when the air will just enter, it have to go with the main passage, and that is the bronchi, and it is the only thing which carry oxygen all the time during inhalation, and also it is responsible for the carbon dioxide to give out from the lungs into the trachea on its way out during the exhalation. Means the way oxygen entered into the lungs, it is a similar process that the carbon dioxide will also go out from the lungs. Thereafter we will go for the bronchioles. So bronchioles is what? It is the passageways by which the air passes through the nose or mouth to the alveoli of the lungs. Okay, so it is the passage. As we can see that there has been nothing more important in the respiratory system, all of these things just acting like a passage, and only lungs is the only thing which is responsible for what? For the breathing process, for the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen, for I mean just mixing the oxygen in the blood and transporting it to the each and every part of our body, as the lungs is the only thing which is connected with the everything, like the lymphatic system, respiratory system, hearts, blood vessels, and everything. Okay, so now bronchioles have a main function that it only carries the oxygen rich inhaled air, and the oxygen rich inhaled air, it will just transfer into the lungs through the bronchs, and it travel via bronchioles to reach the alveoli where the gaseous exchange occur. Means we can say that the bronchioles is the only thing which only carry the oxygen rich air. It doesn't contain any kind of carbon dioxide and any other air or any other gases. Okay, so thereafter diaphragm. So what is diaphragm? It is the only thing which just separate the thoracic cavity containing the heart and lungs from the abdominal cavity. Means there has been as we can see that the heart and lungs, they both have a little bit of similar position, but there has been only one thing which will just separate them, and that is the diaphragm. Okay, so it is the only as we can, if for the definition we can say that it is the only thing which just separate our heart and lungs from the abdominal cavity. Okay, let's go for the function. So as we can see, it is the primary muscle for inspiration, help in breathing, vomiting, and throwing up urine from the body. Means diaphragm is the only thing through which we can breathe. Means if you just take like this and thereafter give out the I mean just give out the air or the give out the carbon dioxide, we will just need the diaphragm to do all these things for us. Without diaphragm we won't be able to do these kind of different things. Okay, thereafter we can see that the alveol. So alveol is nothing but a small sac of balloon, and it is almost 20 to 50 nanometer in the diameter, and making up the vital parts of the respiratory zone of the human lungs. Okay, so we can say that it is quite little bit smaller, but it is larger in I mean quantity. So there has been so much of alveoli is present in our lungs, and it just get the oxygen into the bloodstream for the transport to the tissue and to remove carbon dioxide from the bloodstream. Okay, so alveol is the only thing which just transfer the oxygen and take the carbon dioxide, and it is almost and it is just present inside the lungs. Okay, it is a part of the lungs. Thereafter we can see that there has been a several functions of the respiratory system. So what are the functions? It provide oxygen to the blood cell, it eliminate carbon dioxide produced by the blood cell, and it also regulate the pH of the blood, and also defend the body against microbes, and forms speech sounds, that is the phonetic. So let me be clear about, or let me just clear your doubts. So the respiratory system is the system which provide oxygen to the body cells, means all of our cell need oxygen to regrow, regenerate, or repair, or recycle. Okay, so that is the thing which is helpful by the respiratory system. Thereafter we can see that it not only eliminates the carbon dioxide produced by the blood cell, but it also regulates the pH of the blood. Means it we have so much of carbon dioxide inside our body, so respiratory system just take them out and let us to breathe properly. And also we have the pH level of blood, as you people just studied in the chemistry what is the pH level. Okay, so for the pH level, it is the basically it is nothing but the comparison between the acidic and base. So our blood should not be that much acidic and not that much of basic, so that is why it is need to be regulated, and it is almost regulated by the respiratory system. And respiratory system also did one major work, and that is it defend our body against different microbes. Means it won't let the foreign microbes to attack our body and let us get sick. Thereafter it also form a speech sound. Means while we just used to talk, if we don't take the breathing properly, and thereafter if we'll start to talk, we won't be able to talk like normal. We will our voice will become like childish or something, with a very low pitch. Okay, so these are the functions of the respiratory system. As I am going to close the chapter over here. Okay, in our next class we will going to start from the mechanics of the breathing and other things. Okay, thank you.